In today's video, we're talking about guilt by association. The question that we get is, am I guilty by being associated with other people who were involved in some illegal or criminal activity? When I think of guilt by association, it takes me back to my childhood. My mother would always say, "Robert, you're guilty by association," when my younger brothers would do something else. Well, fortunately, the law doesn't work the way that parents employ the law or implement the law, and guilt by association is not really a thing under Arizona law. There are other things like conspiracy. You can be colluding with other people, but not guilt by association. Now, there are certain areas and scenarios where somebody can theoretically be guilty by association under the common layman term of what that means. And this happens when people are involved in activities where there's constructive possession over something else. So let's say, for example, people are driving home in their cars and they're stopped and there are drugs in the vehicle. Theoretically, every single person in the car could be charged with possession of those drugs, even though they only belong to one person. That's because of constructive possession. If you're exhibiting dominion or control, if you have some power over that object, over those drugs, you theoretically could be charged with a crime for that, which is really guilt by association. You are associating with people who are engaged in other illegal activity. We see this in certain scenarios where people are hanging out with other gang members. If people are involved in a gang, what the police will do is they will give you a gimmick card. You may not have done anything illegal, but just due to the fact that you're hanging out with the gang, they will give you what's called a gimmick card. It's a gang member identification card. So although you may not have actually done anything illegal, just the simple fact that you were hanging out with other people who are considered to be gang members will be enough to consider you to warrant a gimmick card. So the long story short is, there really is no guilt by association. They have to prove something else. There either has to be a conspiracy, they need to charge you with the original underlying crime like possession of a drug or possession of a weapon or something that is illegal by itself, and then they use other legal tools to basically implicate you for that crime, and they'll say that you did have constructive possession, you exhibited some sort of dominion or control over the actual item in question. So rest assured, your mother's law enforcement, the way that they administered justice, your parents, by being guilty by association, doesn't actually hit the books, hit the statutes under Arizona law, so you could be clear on that. But if you have a question about this, if you're concerned about being investigated by the police, potentially being hammered or being charged with a crime as a result of associating with some people who may be charged with crimes, give our office a call. We'll be able to sit down with you, look at the facts of your case, see exactly what may or may not happen based upon the facts, and then make sure that you have a plan to deal with it so that your future, your record are minimally implicated, if at all. We offer free case evaluations. We'll have you come in, we'll sit down, we'll give you the very thorough review of everything that you need to know and answer all of your questions. We look forward to speaking with you soon, and thanks for watching.